Chapter 12, Grid-Tie Solar. This chapter examines how a grid-tied system works. As far as your solar connection goes, you have the option of either getting hooked up to the grid, in this case having a grid-tied system, or going full Kaczynski mode and having it off-grid. What is a grid-tied system? There is nothing complicated about this one. This is merely a solar system that is hooked up to the electrical grid. Therefore, you can use electricity from your solar panels as well as that from the electrical grid. If you cannot afford to have as many solar panels as are required to run everything in your home even after doing a usage efficiency evaluation, then having a grid-tied system is ideal. So if anything, winter would not have to bring a scowl on your face, seeing as so many days have little to no sunlight available. Connecting your house to the grid for starters, it is necessary to be familiar with all your local interconnection laws. Interconnection laws are those laws that are in place about renewable energy systems, such as solar power systems, and their connection to the electrical grid. To get your system hooked up to the grid, it is necessary to file interconnection applications as well as metering applications. The benefits that come with a grid-tied system: a grid-tied system gives you several advantages over an off-grid system. Reliability: solar power systems are not perfect power systems. There are days when efficiency is reduced, or when the weather is so bad that your electrical appliances may well be running on fumes. An off-grid system is likely to run out of power, leaving you in the dark. This is not so for a grid-tied system. If your solar system is not providing sufficient power, power gets pulled from the electrical grid. The grid is your backup, in case of power failure. Costs: for you to function at optimal levels, off-grid systems require you to install specialized equipment. This equipment often gets expensive fast. It is also simple math that less equipment means fewer costs directed toward equipment purchase. Such is usually the case with most grid-tied systems. Not only will battery costs not be your concern, but you would not have to deal with such issues as battery maintenance and deep cycling. Net metering: there would be days when your system produces way more electricity than you could use. With a grid-tied system, you are in a position to feed this excess electricity to the grid. Enter the net metering concept. Net metering is a billing system that compensates you for supplying your power to the grid. Since most grid-tied systems are net metered, the power meter then tracks the power exchanges between your home and the grid. With excess power production and the feeding of this excess power to the grid, the power meter, rather than spin forward, spins backward. The result is some credit that you can either pocket or use to handle future power-based payments. Also, if you do not want to go through the headache of paying the utility company, you could go off-grid. Let's discuss that next.